On here with Will Shipley. And he stops quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
A play fake now hurts to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Eagles.
First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. He will be stopped now, but a lot to like about that effort.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 13 yards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Hurts on 1st down. That's Smith on the slant. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 42-yard line.
From the 42. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're all over that screen. Brock didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Here's Hurts. He's running for it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
3-yard line. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Eagles.
They go play action. Here's Hurts. Dumped off to his running back. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 31-yard
From the 31. Now here he goes. He's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. It's a 10-3 ball game. Back to the Windy City in just a moment. We're back and excited to start the 2nd. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. Tight end going in motion here. Out of the gun, it gives to Shipley. Solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
A give left side to Brown. And they'll still have some work to do now on 3rd down as he only manages to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Because once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for 4th and 3. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 4th down. He calls his own number on the option. And this run's overwhelmed. They drive him backwards and off the field with this turnover on downs.
Whether they were keyed on him expecting that run, or in case of a throw, it worked either way for the defense. When the QB broke for the line, they broke with him, and they drug him down short of the sticks.
The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's That's a Chicago first down.
At the 31-yard line.
Pass play coming here. Catch made over the middle. And they get to him a good ways downfield from that line of scrimmage. New set of downs for him from the 46. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Brought in right side. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So 2nd down coming up. Right up the gut. And he gets him around 6 there. Kobe Dean in on the tackle.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
3rd down from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
You know, we love to talk about corners, those corners that both love to tackle and cover. It's kind of the same thing with these defensive ends. Most of them love sacks. They love rushing the quarterback. But those that run down a toss play like that, they separate themselves from others.
This one's caught. Touchdown, Chicago. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
The kicking team on to try the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys double their lead to 14.
14-17. Visitors 3.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And they need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from them on the road in the postseason. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Play action. Hurts has it. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Caught quickly on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Devontae Smith, 38 yards on the play. And the Eagle first down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain, turn it into an explosive play.
Will Shipley.
No question who won that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on first down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Another one for Shipley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
They get 2 on the play, and now they've got first and goal. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Hurts now from the gun. That one connects. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 1-score game in the first half. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
17. Visitors 10.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. Pass play on first and 10. Throw left side, complete. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense. But the catch does get him to the 39-yard line.
At the 39-yard line.
Rolling back, it's the handoff. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's second down.
He was brought down by Sidney Brown. A gain of 7. Brings
From
up
the 47.
at the 47-yard line.
Throwing the out route, complete. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
First down. First and 10 at the 45.
On first down, they'll run. And second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
12 yards to go.
Looking to the air here. Puckett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Remember in our defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Y'all got a problem not tasting. Y'all can't talk about basic. We running more Power Rangers.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And this is the first time he's been called on today. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And this is going to be a 4-yard gain. They're out to the 24.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 24-yard line.
It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. That's third, less than a yard.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and inches.
He'll try to do it himself. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain. They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, Shipley gets it. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Completed to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning. It's the Eagles looking at 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. Finds the in route complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
15. First down, Philadelphia.
First down throwing for Hurts. Connects on the crosser. And he's got them quite the gain here, partner, as he finally is brought to a stop.
It's a gain of 20. And an Eagles first down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. It's Hurts once again. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
First down, Eagles.
Hurts tucks it, starts running. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So now here's 3rd and 5. Hurts. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense is staying out there, and they're ready to go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Hurts has it in close. And they stop him. No touchdown, no first down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
This offense getting to take the field one more time in the half. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. Setting him on the dive. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on first down.
I can safely say, Kate, that's exactly what you want offensively. Exactly what you want to do to get out of the shadow of your own goal line, get a good push, get a good gain, get some positive yards. Job well done.
They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, looks like. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we have a 1-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hanson, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Huard.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. We are back and about set to begin our second half. As this at the 6. And stopped on the run back at the 27. So to begin the third quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Shipley now up the middle. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
All right, here we go. Second down. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
Here's Hurts.
Third down.
Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Fields this clean at the 30. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Chicago getting set to take the field now. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field, nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained the play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. And he goes out with enough for the first, but we do have a flag down on the play. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. 3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, he found the route he wanted pretty quickly, Brock, but maybe, I don't know, he telegraphed who he wanted a little too much because that defender sure got there just as the ball arrived to force it loose.
Yeah, this is one of those tough moments as an analyst, right? Because you're right, offensively didn't get the job done, but I'm going to give a gold star to the defense. Anytime you make contact and you disrupt that pass, that's a job well done defensively.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Straight ahead with Shipley. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. From the pistol, Hurts. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion left. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. Their punter making his way out now. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Malone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he strides quickly, headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's a quick pass, caught outright. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Chicago first down.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And he barely gets it into enemy territory to the 49. Cooper DeJean with the stop.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down. At the 49.
The gift here on 2nd. Let's call that a solid run there, partner. He got about 6. It's going to be 3rd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
It's his running back. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. A little outside their comfort zone to try a field goal, so instead they're going for this on 4th down. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs it across. Touchdown! Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And his guys double their lead to 14.
Visitors 10.
Thanks so much for that look around the league, Scott. Now let's turn our attention back to this one as we get set to begin our 3rd quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Eagles about set to go on offense. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They'll come up 1st and 10.
1st down, Philadelphia.
Hurts setting up to throw. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down.
Hand off now to Shipley. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Here's the handoff. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. About 4 yards on that carry. It's going to be 2nd down for him.
Brings up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10. Here's Hurts. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Leads to second and 10.
On the give, here's Shipley. So a solid gain there, Brock. It's still third down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
It's a gain of 9.
It's a sneak. Hurts. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have fourth down coming up.
Loss of a yard.
For a QB sneak to actually go backwards, a couple things have to happen. Fumble of a snap, or that front defensively absolutely overwhelms the line of scrimmage. That one was the latter, and kudos to them.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain. On first down, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Out of the gun, it gives to Shipley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles shrinking the lead some in the third. It's a Will Shipley touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Thanks so much for that look around the league, Scott. Now let's turn our attention back to this one as we get set to begin our third quarter. His return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Here's second and 11. Into traffic, complete. And this one doesn't go far. Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this third down. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be fourth down. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Eagles and running back Will Shipley getting back to work. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Receiver in motion going left. This is Shipley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
We're down to one quarter before we determine our wild card winner. It's Eagles football and they trail. Need to fight to keep their postseason going. It's second down now. Hurts now from the gun. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. On target to Moore. He will not get any further, but plenty of progress already. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Eagles.
Shipley on the give, headed left. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield on their own side.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. He longs this one up, looking deep to the right side. It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles now trail by just a point in the 4th. A.J. Brown, the touchdown! So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return starts at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Chicago getting set to take the field now. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's a throw. Completed over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 43-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Not through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun here. All the left side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down. Back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that 1st down carry.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 9-yard pickup.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Another carry for him. That's not the way you want to go. Wrong way there. The push sends him backwards to the 6.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago! plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Return starts at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. First down throwing for Hurts. Finds him on the crossing route. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. And an Eagle first down.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. From the gun, Shipley gets it. And a solid gain there, Brock, of about 5. Takes him inside the 40-yard line. First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. From the 39. Dump off to his fullback. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They'll come up 1st and 10.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Right up the gut. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. From the 24. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that makes it 3rd down.
And 6 yards.
They motion the tight end over. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. This one's caught. Smith has it. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10.
First down, Philadelphia.
Shipley now up the middle. Dropped for the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. He's running for it. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles now trail by just a point in the 4th. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown.
Okay, you got to be aware defensively by this point that this guy is going to run if he sees daylight. I think there was an awareness factor. They just couldn't stop him. He has just been that kind of X factor with his legs.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter. He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Brings up
He's trying to do it himself. He touches him down as he finds enough to pick up the first. Here's the one back on the handoff. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Throwing from the gun. Caught for big yards on the right side. He'll be touchdown after a big play.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Oh, he lost the football! Ooh, and they are lucky to get this one back on the recovery. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. These guys going for the win here. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Now from the gun. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Well, Cowboy happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that we're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Back to throw. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago! So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal. But you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw it. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd.
Now to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. They'll run for this. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Who set it down for him at the 38.
A gain of 7. First down.
Slot man in motion left. Setting up to pass. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Pulled in by Gunner, left side. And he's going to be taken down, but plenty of damage already done. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
Out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Hurts throwing again. This one finds Goddard. And this one does not go far. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. Looking to throw it. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
A gain of 5. First down, Philadelphia.
And he gets it spiked. 20 seconds left to play. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Hurts now from the gun. Catch made underneath that back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. And that's spiked with 6 seconds left to play. The entire season has led them here to this snap. They have to convert here on 4th down. Desperation time here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs. They take one final knee. Time's going to run out. Brock, their playoff story begins with a victory. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. As one side leaves dejected, another can finally, at least briefly, Brock, relax here. Their playoff run extending into the divisional round.
Yeah, you get to these 60 minutes, and what is it, Kate? A suddenness? Like the suddenness of the season being over for one, and then the reality of like, oh, here we go. Here's a divisional round. Here's possible championship round. Maybe that Super Bowl is out there for us. It all happens right now, in real time in front of our eyes.
So for my partner Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. What a game for our winners as we say so long from Chicago.